Ladies and gentlemen, today we are going to talk about the disappointment that is Last of Us Part 2. Now let me get a few things straight. Last of Us Part 2 isn't a terrible game, but it isn't a masterpiece either. It's supposed to be one because it's a sequel to one of the greatest games ever made. It's up there in the list, and the hype was unreal for this game. So there will be spoilers for both Part 1 and Part 2 in this game, so you have your warnings, so let's begin. Now Last of Us Part 2 is a game that has divided the fan base. You will find people that love the game, and then you will find people that hate the game, and that's because of its pathetic story. Now, I won't be going over yapping about the ending because I actually liked it, and I have my reasons, but I would explain it later. So firstly, why did Last of Us Part 1 work so well? The game's story mainly focused on the relationship between Ellie and Joel. Everything else in the story existed to serve the development of both characters. It was simple and straightforward. Comparing that to Last of Us Part 2, both of the protagonists, Ellie and Abby, are both uninteresting and annoying, along with their friends, who also are both uninteresting, annoying, and pretty much serve no purpose in storytelling, aside from Dina, Ellie's girlfriend/wife, who plays a part in the relationship story of Ellie, although I think that even without her, the story wouldn't make a big difference. Now, one of the things I really disliked in the narrative of Last of Us Part 2 were the mature content involving characters in intimate situations, if you know what I mean. Both of these situations involved the personal relationships of Ellie and Abby. Now, I get why the writers added these scenes to explore the relationships of both characters, but these scenes do not play a single role in shaping the relationships of characters in a movie or a video game. It's called lazy writing. There's so many ways you could explore the relationship of characters, and the only word I can describe all of these scenes is degeneracy. All of the blame in the pathetic narrative of Last of Us Part 2 goes to Neil Druckmann. See, Last of Us Part 1 was written by Neil Druckmann and Bruce Starley, but Last of Us Part 2 was written by Neil Druckmann and Haley Gross. And Neil Druckmann isn't a great writer. One of the other problems that Last of Us Part 2 suffers from is the fact that they tried to dehumanize one of the beloved characters from the past game and humanize one of the worst characters that they first introduced as a monster. In some cases, Abby is a much better character than Ellie. Abby actually has her reasons to unalive Joel. Joel wasn't a great person. Keep in mind, he butchered an entire hospital just to save one person and also destroyed a cure for mankind. But the problem with this is that in the first game, Joel was shown as a father who didn't care what happened. He tried to save his daughter, but in the second game, he was sort of shown as a monster, which is again, a plot hole in the writing. Now, Joel had it coming, although he was treated quite wrong in this game. He was unalived quite early in the game, and Abby didn't even explain why she was smoking Joel out. But coming to the ending, why I actually liked it and why a lot of people don't. Firstly, why a lot of people don't. People don't like that Ellie basically unalived half of the population just to get to that one person that basically caused all of this just to leave her alive. But now why I actually like it is because Ellie basically took everything away from Abby. She gave Abby a fate worse than unalivation. She gave Abby a fate worse than unalivation. She took all of her friends and all of the people she knew and loved, aside from Lev. So the main point of Last of Us Part 1's story was to show a relationship between Joel and Ellie and how the infected world revolved around them. But the main point of Last of Us Part 2's story was to show the intimate relationships of both protagonists and a flawed revenge story that has no respect for its fans. Well, that's it for today, guys. Hope you guys found this video interesting. If you did, consider subscribing. So I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching and goodbye.